What's up everybody, welcome to Bonsai Den Haag. Today I'm gonna talk to you about this tree in my back right here. It's the common oak, and we're gonna see what we can do to turn into this tree into a stunning bonsai. This tree I got from Danny Hughes during a tree sale that he do every couple of months in Belgium, and it's a very raw material right now, but it has already a lot of nice characteristics like the bark over here. And I already removed a big branch in this place right here. I haven't got it in camera, but it was a big structural flaw that was getting a inverse taper on the tree, so the tree was having a bigger part over here. So now we have a nice taper, and I want to keep the tree as tall as possible. So now it's autumn, and it's a nice time to be doing a styling of this tree. And I'm gonna start setting up the structure today, and so that we can do the repot of this tree in spring next year. So during this process of checking out everything that's dead and has to go away, is the time also to see what are the possibilities in the design of this tree. So if we think about an oak tree, we will think about a big, enormous, gigantic tree that has multiple branches and a big canopy. So this is also already the look that we are going to go for, to simulate a little bit how the natural look of the oak tree is. So, and then next on the design you have to look on the whole trunk line to see what's nice about the movement. I cannot really see right down here what's the root base of the tree, so the nebari, how it looks like. We'll just get to know that during the spring of next year, but I assume we hope to have a nice and flare root base that goes radial all across the whole root. But if that's not the case, we can always improve that later with the deciduous tree. But for now, we're gonna look for above that part, because here we have kind of all sides. It looks the same thickness, the same size on the root base. So next thing you want to see is the trunk line. So here we can see that the main trunk line has a very nice movement here, and that I accentuated by removing this part that was a big part here that had a lot of growth on this side. And by doing that, I also remove a lot of depth on this side of the tree. So I think if we continue this movement right here, we can see we might change the angle a little bit so that we have even more movement to that side. And then we go like this, going up to the canopy, and we might even think of what will be the top height of this tree, because now we also have here some problems with the inverse taper on the top part here. Give you a closer look with my phone camera. So here we can see the inverse taper going on. It goes from thinner and then it pulls thicker over here. So we might consider ending the tree right here to have this nice taper of the trunk line. But at the same time we also need some depth on the tree, and we have some multiple trunks that are competing with each other. So after looking into what's going to be the taper, we remove this part, and now I change also the angle so that we have some nice movement to the right side. And another thing that I want to do is space out this branch to this side. I think I will use some kind of wooden stick here to push the tree that side so that we can get this branch in this position right here. So we move this branch to this part, and then I can continue with the hard pruning on this part. But I will wait until the leaves drop, when this tree is completely brown and yellow, to finishing the styling and doing the hard pruning on this tree. So I'll come back once the leaves drop, and then we're gonna do the wiring and styling of this tree. So here we are with the tree. Now that the leaves have fall all down, I'm gonna give it a prune, and I will be making a branch selection to see where we can take this tree to the next step in the journey of becoming a nice bonsai. And the first thing I want to do is to pull these two branches over here apart from each other, because I want to use both branches. I already remove a big branch here on the back, and we have this nice character branch over here, and we have this nice movement of the tree going up, and this S curve over here looks really nice. And now the first step is to give it an angle like this. To have the tree leaning towards that part. And I will be removing these dead stumps and really cleaning the whole tree out. And I hope we will have a nice nebari underneath here, a nice root base, because now you not really see what's going on over here. Now the first thing I will do is to get some wire on the tree. So I'll be first wiring this branch together with this branch and put the tree down. And this is the styling by leaf drop, and next spring, next year, I'll be repotting this tree in a nice spot. So stay tuned for that as well. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. It's important for me to grow the channel. So let's start with the first two branches, using probably 2 times this gauge, which is 4.5 millimeters. So what you do is you pick up the wire like this, and you take another like 1/3 of the length of the branch, of both branches that you'll be wiring. And then you need to take a look where you're gonna anchor the wire, because this way, since we are having the front of the tree on this side, we want to anchor it on the back side. This way you won't see the wire. And then you take 2 turns on one side. You have to be careful because the branches are very brittle. One thing you can do to avoid breaking branches is to put the tree already inside your house a day before you start working on it. This way the tissue will warm up a little and you have less chance of breaking a branch. Now I have to apply another wire so that we have enough force to bend the branches as we want. Alright, now I have both branches wired. Going back to that position that we started with, I want to bring this a little bit up, like this, so that we get out of this crossing here over here. So I don't want this branch over here crossing the bifurcation over here of this branch. So that's the first step in this design. And now I want to push this branch apart from each other, and this branch over here is too thick to be placing any wire towards it. So what I want to try is to place a stick, bamboo stick in between that will anchor in between both branches so that we can have the distance that we want. So now I've placed this bamboo stick over here so that we have some. Now you can see a little what's happening. So this branch is just come over this way, over here, and now I can push this . So here you can see where we are starting to get a little bit of this dome shape. This is a oak tree, so it will be like a very powerful big tree. So, and this is kind of my defining branch over here that goes all the way to this side, to the left side, and I try to bend
even more down, and then it comes up again with this part over here, so that we really have this movement to this side, and this empty space over here really gives the tree a lot of character. And I might drop another branch just a little bit in this space so that we feel this space a little bit more. And then we have almost the whole structure set. I still have some stumps here on the top that we need to clean. Let me show you. So I'll be doing that first. You have to be careful while wiring your branches to not damage the more sensitive branches, to always keep your both left and right hand in use. This way you can have a good grip so that you don't damage all the small little branches. And then once you anchor to one side, you can continue to the other side like this. So here we are the next day. I already finished wiring the first branch over here, and I put also this branch here in place. As you can see, feel a little bit of this space, and here on the back we have this important branch that we can bring a little bit in this space over here to have a lot of depth. And one thing that I'm doubting about is this straight branch over here that goes up. It has the same thickness as the one that's behind it, and it's really straight, and it blocks a little bit the view of the main trunk on the back. Well, I think I will get rid of this branch. So I decided to take this branch off because it really is parallel with the back branch over here, and it's blocking a little of the whole main trunk line that's running on the back. So much better. Alright, so we are getting there, and as you can see, I chopped this part off the tree, and we're really getting into this form. And I used a screw over here so that I pulled the top a little bit to the front, and the idea is that this will develop and grow further, so that the silhouette of the tree will stay more or less over here where my hand is right now. And now is only the final detail wire of the branches here on the back, and also the branches here on the top, and then I can finalize the design of this tree.
My appetite, don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself.
So here we are at the end of this video, very late already. I'm very tired, but I really liked the end result so far. And once the tree starting to grow in the spring, we'll see how it will develop. But like I said before, this part over here, I would like to let it grow a little bit more, so that the canopy will end where my hand is. So, and this I will try to shorten a little bit, so that we have this as the main trunk coming over to here, and then we have this tree like this, like a really old gigantic oak tree. Another thing that I pull this branch over here to this position, and I couldn't bring it further because of the, otherwise it would look a bit strange, but I feel a little bit the gap between the first branch and this part over here with this branch, and this brings the whole composition together and still have a lot of feature. This the character branch over here gives a really nice feature to the tree, and without being like a standalone part, and we have then the whole composition together. So it took a long time, but I finally finished this first styling of this tree, and in the spring I'll put in a nice pot, and maybe next year I can take off this wire and wire it again for the second time, and the year after that I can probably already have the tree presentable, more presentable. And with deciduous it takes some time to get the tree nice. So let's see how this tree developed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because there is a lot more to come. Thanks for watching, and I see you next time in Bonsai Den Haag.